It's May 25th. And I was gonna go in today, and I couldn't. I felt it yesterday. I felt it in my body. I felt it. I was like, oh, this feels too familiar. This feels too familiar. It feels too familiar. I was getting the aches and pains that I used to get. Like, just these pains that I used to get at work, and I felt it. I was like, this feels too familiar. I need to pull back. And then I interviewed someone yesterday over the phone, and it was like, I felt it last week too, and I was interviewing the other two people. I was interviewing people, and I was just like, these are really qualified people. And the thought came to mind, I'm like, there's the dynamics are gonna change, right? The more people you hire, the more the dynamics will change. And especially when I interviewed yesterday, I was just like, oh, she's perfect, like, good, studio manager experience and sales, and she's excited, she's making a shift in her life, and I thought of Miss Hannah. I'm like, she would be perfect. So I realized yesterday, like, oh, and feeling off. And I got emotional. I didn't share this part, but I got emotional before the photo shoot. On Saturday, my friend showed up, and I was staring at the painting. And I had this realization from where I was standing that it looked a lot smaller. It looked a lot smaller than when I first remembered. Yeah, I remember it taking up a lot of space where it's placed right now. And now it doesn't seem to be taking up the same amount of space. And I was staring at it, and my photographer friend is just like, you okay? I was just like, it looks so much smaller. And I was trying to figure out what was different, why it looked so much smaller. And I got emotional for a brief second, but then I realized he was there, so I got distracted. And even now, as I'm looking at it, it just seems so much smaller. It seems smaller. Miss Hannah. It was Hannah, and then I found out that it was Jules and Kelsey put together this flower arrangement for me for my birthday. This is what Jules makes. Dried flower arrangements. They're beautiful. And I remember Hannah asking me what my favorite color was, and I had told her it was blue. All shades of blue. And I put it right here next to next to the painting because it's like a beach theme. It just seems so small. But that's not what I'm crying. I just happened to look and it was reminding me. But so apparently, retrograde, Saturn retrograde started 2 days ago. And apparently, so I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I was under the illusion that retrograde is when the planet circles back, but I was wrong. Retrograde is when it slows down. It slows down, and compared to the Earth's velocity, it looks like it's going backwards, but it's not. But it slows down to give you the opportunity to reevaluate where you're at. And so that's what I was doing. And this morning and then MJ's message just validated that too. MJ's message and Allie's for next week. Because she had just posted it too. Allie had just posted like a few minutes before I saw it. And it talked about if I was completely done. And just realizing that I'm like, okay, I need to step back. I need to just, you know what I realized? I realized this was temporary. I don't know how temporary, like a transition. It's just a transition because I'm realizing this is not where I'm supposed to stay long term. And I think I got confused because I don't know if I shared this story, maybe I did. When I got the poll to invest money in a mining thing. Oh gosh, it's like a 403B or whatever. Like I got all these statements from these 403 something, I don't remember what it was, that I needed to transfer over. And then when I was transferring it over, I was asked where I wanted the investments to go towards it. I felt the pull towards something regarding mining and like mining and stones and crystals, stuff like that. And so when this opportunity was had, I came up with that, okay, maybe this is where I'm supposed to be, but I don't think it is. I mean, you're always where you're supposed to be. I'm just thinking long term. And it's funny because so I'm struggling with all this, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to her tomorrow. I was supposed to go in today and I sent her a text and I was like, I can't go in today because I was feeling emotional. And I'm like, I'll send you everything that I left off on to get her week started. You know, she was off yesterday. And I'm planning out like, okay, you can try to sit with it, try to figure out like, what do you need? Then where am I going, right? There's always this insecurity of, okay, where, you know, just trying to find my place. That's what it feels like. I'm struggling to try to find my place. And I'm having these, you know, like taking pictures and taking that class and, you know, wanting to pose nude. Just to get that experience. And it was a liberating experience to just be comfortable in my skin. And even though it was with a friend, like, okay, let me baby step it, right, into a small class size, because it's a small class, it's not a huge class or auditorium, it's just a small class. I signed up for a painting class with Jewel for this weekend, or it's Friday, and then I realized, oh snap, I'm getting my vaccine shot Thursday. Hopefully I'm not torn down Friday, because it's Friday evening. So I'm just trying different outlets. I did the art class with Kelsey that I want to repeat because it was fun, and that was using chalk, and with Jules is gonna be with watercolors. So I was like, okay, let me try watercolors and try out that medium. So I'm going through all this in my head, and then I was trying to meditate and I couldn't get in it. And I was looking at my spread. I was like, okay, let me read my spread, and it outlined it. It outlined it today. It outlined it today. This disillusionment, right, of where I thought I was gonna be in with her, and the disillusionment of being that partner, right? And then realizing that's not the position I need to hold. Realizing that's not the position I need to hold. And thinking, okay, maybe I need to go back to being contract. Like, just, like, I feel like it's a stepping stone. Like, we both came into each other's lives because we both needed each other in that moment. Just the transitional moment, really. And the funny thing is, we're both experiencing heartbreaks, and this kind of gave us this way. And then the funny thing is, I'm struggling with this, right, and I can't get into it, and I finally step away from it for a little bit, and then guess who calls me? She calls me, and she's like, I just wanted to check in with you. I was like, really? She said, yeah. And then we talk. It's like she knew. It's like she knew. So we talked about it. I said, I think I need to pull back. I think I need to pull back, Hannah. And go back. I think I jumped in too quickly. And then she's like, well, pull back how much? I was like, she said completely. I said, no. I still want to be of support, but I can't be working the same amount of time. Because I jumped in. And she's like, you were working a lot. And just trying to figure out where we're at. We're hiring new people. And I'm telling her, Hannah, these are great people. And I kept thinking, why? Like, I just saw it. Like, and I told her, like, I started picking up on it last week. And then after yesterday's interview, I was like, why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing this? And it's because these are probably the people that are gonna step in. These are probably the people that are gonna step in to replace us. To replace both her and I. We're gonna train them to keep the business going. And she still wants to offer me partnership when she's gonna meet up with her CPA friend next week, actually, and so that's gonna happen. Just to get a better feel for what needs to occur next. But I think the ultimate goal, and then she just started talking about how grateful she was that I was there, and then I'm helping her regain her balance. And then I thought about it, like, maybe that's just my goal. Maybe I can't stay committed to anything that I'm being placed on people's paths to help them regain their balance. If they choose to listen. If they choose to listen. Because that's free will right there, right? Just, I could shed light on stuff, but if they choose not to listen, then that's on them. That's on them. She's listening. She's listening. She's grateful. And she's realizing the importance of staying balanced. So anyways, I thought that was weird. She called me as I'm struggling and crying and trying to figure out what direction to go. And she said, she said, I thought of you this weekend. And she thought of Jules, her studio partner, and Kelsey, and just, she wants to help everybody move forward. Because she's really good at that. That's one of her strengths, is helping people, like, you know, catapult them to success. She says she really enjoys it. She's good at it. And I see her being really good at it. Like, she's great at it. And I had sent her some of the pictures that I took for the photo shoot using the potty chains that she said she let me borrow, and she was grateful that I sent it. And she said, you're really beautiful, and I'm glad you sent that to me because I want to help you. But then she asked me, like, I guess it's the same thing, like, what is she gonna help me with, right? I mean, if I don't know what I'm doing, if I don't know where I want to focus my energy on. I'm still trying to figure that out. To find my place. And I'm just trying to follow the signs. And I'm learning that some of these signs are just to learn a lesson, right? Like coming with Hannah was another opportunity to learn a lesson about commitments. And it's funny because now that I'm thinking about it, so in this process, I'm separating myself from my ex financially. And I was mentioning those. I haven't transitioned to an iPhone yet. But I had to separate my account. And she offered to add me to her account as an extra line to pay less. And I thought about it, I'm like, oh, that's a commitment. that's a commitment. Would it be financially great? Yeah, because I don't have to pay. I got the bill of like $100 this month. I know the first month's always a little more expensive. $166, isn't that crazy? And oh snap, it's due tomorrow. I need to pay that. But just, she offered that, and I was like, I don't know, I don't think I can. I don't think I should, right? This whole process is about me being on my own. And then she's like, it's not like we're getting married. But the thing is, we don't look at partnerships as marriage often, you know? Some people don't. And I've shared it before that partnerships are commitments. Doesn't matter if it's to a person, to an idea, to a business. It's still a partnership. It's still a commitment. It's a marriage, if you will. Just looks different. So we're planning a trip to San Francisco. Planning a trip to San Francisco. There's a market up there at the end of June that she signed up for. She invited me to come along. We're just trying to figure out, living arrangements. This fireside is in San Francisco. I mean, by the time this posts, the market may have already passed. Then I may have already asked this individual to hang out. And that's what I plan to do, is to reach out to this fireside. I'm being pulled that way, okay? Let's see what it's all about, right? Let's hang out. I have another friend out there too. And hopefully I'll be staying with her. I haven't seen her in a while, so it'll be nice to see her and her family. She's about an hour away from the city, so I'm learning my lesson. Taking things slow. Not. I guess we'll see what happens. I guess we'll see what happens next. It's 10:01. I'll keep you guys posted.
Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else